which Argentinian was playing for Atletico Madrid that afternoon. But the man now who prowls and paces energetically on their dugout. Diego Simeone, such a character, 781st managerial appearance for them. Arrived on the 23rd of December in 2011. He is not the longest serving manager though in Europe's top 5 leagues. That is held with Frank Schmidt of Heidenheim. 17 years as manager there, and Koundé trudges off the field and towards the dugout. An early end to Koundé's night, as it is going to be Balde that comes on in his place. Well, Alejandro Balde coming on ready to get himself ready next to the 4th official with the large bright scorecard in hand. The Barcelona product himself now makes his way onto the field. A rapturous round of applause. The fans on the field encouraging as best as they can, knowing that every single player counts this evening, including themselves, packed into the surrounds here of this famous partially completed arena. So forced into an early change, Hansi Flick on the 13th minute. Koundé replaced by Balde, going down with no one around him. Some muscle tear, and surely to be assessed further. They will not wish to see him sitting on the sidelines too long, as Pedri plays a good ball up the left-hand touchline into the area. Raphinha back into the box, but sliding in there. Cardoso still not quite dealt with. Raphinha with the low shot, but just wide of Musso's goal on the near post. Raphinha with that yellow and red striped Catalan captain's armband, wearing it proudly on Sunday here in that 4-1 smashing of Villarreal. Raphinha again with the honour of the armband gracing that left arm. Raphinha, this just his second appearance. He only made one appearance against Racing Santander in the round of 16. So he's back in what is his second appearance in the Copa del Rey this season, and with the armband at hand. Balde now switching to this left-hand side. Naturally a left-back with João Cancelo switching to the right as a natural right-back. Balde now first touch on the ball. Raphinha up the touchline, but going back instead towards Gerard Martin. Short inside towards Kubasi, and further still now with João Pedro. Ball out towards Lamine Yamal, jinking towards the edge of the penalty area. Bernal shot from range low, but easy enough there for Musso to gather himself down onto that ball at his nearest post. Bernal just 18 years of age. One of the number of impressive products from La Masia's academy here for Barcelona, as he is getting more and more opportunities to showcase what he can do. He was on the bench actually in Madrid in that first leg. So he starts from the off this evening. 18 years of age, 6'3", towering figure. Strong physical presence as well, as that's cheaply given away by Alvarez towards Pedri. Now carrying the ball midway inside the Atletico half towards the right edge of the penalty area. No one around to help. Short ball back towards Yamal, but not quite able to get there first. Ruggieri with a pass up but straight to Barcelona shirts, as Barcelona are enjoying large spells of time on the ball in this semi-final in the first 15 minutes. Barcelona 0, Atletico 0, 4-0 on aggregate, that 4-0 victory very much going their way. Own goal from Eric Garcia to kick that one off, with Antoine Griezmann, Lookman and Alvarez scoring. Eric Garcia receiving a red card in the 85th minute, suspended for tonight. He did feature at the weekend against Villarreal, and he will be up in the stands praying that the team can do the unlikely yet again. That incredible La Remontada, the comeback as it's coined, against Paris Saint-Germain. Pedri, edge of the area, fizz ball played up, deflected out wide, and that is going to go out for a corner for Barcelona. This one up the further right-hand channel. Third corner of the game for the home team. A goal in the first half would really trigger some belief for Barcelona. To get 4 in one half entirely, in particular a second, would surely be a little bit too much. As that ball is played low into the box, played inside and just wide. Good shot there from Torres, first time with his right foot. Just going a couple of yards wide of Musso's goal on the nearer post. And it was a low, drilled ball in first time there by Fairman. with Torres getting a touch and just going a yard or two, curving wide of the nearer post. Simeone, well, he'll be happy with what he's seen so far in terms of Barcelona not breaching the goal, but if Barcelona were to get something here in the first half an hour or so, with the way things are going, surely that would give Diego Simeone some real food for thought. So far, his much changed Colchoronjes team are doing what they need to so far, just holding Barcelona. They surely knew that they would be absorbing wave after wave of attack and pressure as Yamal now has the ball 10 yards from the right edge of the penalty area, breaking away from Lookman with a short pass back towards Pedri. Pedri switching over to the left-hand side with Gerard Martin further out towards Balde, 10 yards from the left edge of the penalty area, with Llorente just shielding, standing tall. It's Balde forced back towards Pedri. Pedri short pass inside towards Kabassi as they switch again to the right-hand channel. Lamine Yamal jinking the ball in towards the box. Fairman looking to get there first, but can't quite get there ahead of the big towering figure of Hanko as Atletico look to break themselves. Ball up towards Griezmann, 10 yards into the Barcelona half, switching to the right-hand side of the field. Touchdown there, cute little flick back by Simeone. 1-2 with Alvarez. The two Argentinians combine and force further back there with Llorente finding Pubil. Wonderful pass out to the left-hand side. Now breaking into the Barcelona half, Ruggieri with a short pass towards Lookman, midway into the Barcelona half. Short pass inside to the captain, Koke. Koke, looping ball to the right edge of the penalty area. Simeone with one heavy touch. Balde coming across to put the pressure on and doing just that, going out for a goal kick. Simeone there playing and praying for a better touch, but Balde sharp on it to put the pressure on the heavy touch, going out easily for a goal kick. That Atletico's first real time on the ball in Barcelona's third in this Copa del Rey semi-final second leg. João Cancelo now. Short back inside towards Kabase, midway inside their own half, Barcelona. And they know exactly what needs to be done as the minutes tick further on towards the 20th minute mark of the game here at Camp Nou. Raphinha, 1-2 with Balde on this left-hand side, just inside of the Atletico half, in towards the centre circle. Barcelona just slowly building further up and up and up, hoping that this isn't the end of their chances and hopes for a domestic double. With the league very much in their sights after last night's defeat for Madrid and their 4-1 win against Villarreal. But as things stand, their Copa del Rey 2025-26 journey imminently coming to its closure. Athletic Club and Sociedad, one of the two teams lying in wait for what at the moment seemingly will be Atletico Madrid. Athletic Club, in fact, the second highest winners of the Copa del Rey ahead of Real Madrid. Highly decorated team in this competition. Sociedad currently do find themselves 1-0 up, taking that game back to Sociedad themselves, to San Sebastian, as Barcelona win the ball from an Atletico Madrid throw-in deep inside their own half. Barcelona working passes well back into this left-hand side now, with Fairman turning away from the nearest pressure of Cardoso. Balde now, 10 yards from the left edge of the penalty area, played back towards Kabasi, under pressure from Alvarez. Good pressure though, but the short pass still finding João Cancelo. Now with the pass back towards the centre circle, midway inside that Atletico half, Kubasi out to the left-hand side with Gerard Martin further out still towards Balde. Martin, overlapping run being found first time in towards the box, but cleared away first time by Koke. Upfield as Griezmann puts a little bit of pressure on the turning run from Gerard Martin. As Kabasi picks up on the ball in the centre circle into the 20th minute. Still level here. Goalless at Camp Nou. Not goalless in the tie overall though. 4-0 on aggregate to Atletico Madrid. That thumping 4-0 victory at the Wanda Metropolitano. All 4 goals there coming in the first half. as Lamine Yamal now plays the ball to the edge of the area. Good touch from Fairman, breaking away 1-2 back towards Yamal, looking to break into the box. No one daring to leave a lingering leg in with him, driving into the byline, dinked back across. Torres with the shot first time, but jinking over the crossbar. And that one goes out for a goal kick as Lamine Yamal continues to be the one trying to orchestrate the fans in the surrounding stands here at Camp Nou. Ferran Torres' first time opportunity. A little bit too lofty for Hansi Flick's grimmest facial expression. So everyone pushing further forward. I don't blame Juan Musso at all to try and push everyone further up just to get a little bit of breathing room. So much pressure in Atletico's half and in their third. Barely many time on the ball for Barcelona. They need to be careful there though, as Alvarez comes from behind to try and dispossess Bernal, who was caught napping. But the Argentinian with a heavy touch straight towards Joan Garcia. First time played out now with Balde on the halfway line on this near side. Raphinha looking to send a ball up, but marshalled by Llorente. Throw in for Barcelona 10 yards into the Atletico half on this near side that Raphinha throws back in towards their own half. With Kabasi playing back towards Joan Garcia, starting all over again, back from square one. Now midway inside this first half, in the second leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final, Barcelona with plenty to do. That mountain growing and increasing in height as the minutes tick on without a goal to their name. Strong Barcelona lineup this evening compared to a much-changed Atletico. One ball edge of the area though, but a heavy touch onwards as Cardoso manages to find Lookman, now looking to drive away himself up the left-hand channel, but a wonderful slide tackle down by Kubasi. Lamine Yamal short inside towards Bernal, heavy touch, getting the better of Griezmann. Balde feigning the shot from range, edge of the area with Yamal. Yamal with the shot, and low, pushed away though, still to the left of the edge of the area. Raphinha, one touch, still looking to keep the pressure on for Barcelona. Ball, Gerard Martin into the box, headed away by Marc Pubil. And a big header that from Marc Pubil at the back, going all the way towards the centre circle, with Pedri playing a short pass out towards João Cancelo. Lamine Yamal with that shot saved well by Musso, threading the ball up towards into the penalty area. Llorente flick backwards clearance, Griezmann turning in his own box, but a good pass out towards Simeone and plenty of space up towards Llorente, and Raphinha coming across, great strength to dispossess the 14. Pedri now, edge of the box, looking to continue to mount the pressure, but Yamal's pass just a little bit too wayward from where Pedri was situated. Still Barcelona come, Raphinha, ball in towards the box, but Musso gets there first, ahead of the oncoming pressure of Fairman. As we are into the 25th minute of Operation La Remontada 2.0. But so far as it stands, Atletico Madrid comfortably progressing towards the Copa del Rey semi-final, which would be their first since 2013. Diego Simeone's first attempt at that tournament in charge. Ademola Lookman, wonderful footwork inside his own penalty area, but not marshalled or matched whatsoever by Cardoso, easily given out for a Barcelona throw-in midway inside the Atletico half up the further channel. As Barcelona play now, Alva to the left-hand side. Gerard Martin 1-2 with Raphinha. Balde out at the touchline, finding the Barcelona youth player back inside towards his fellow youth product, La Masia, gleaming brightly everywhere you look on the field tonight for the home side. João Cancelo now, 1-2 back towards Kubasi. Kabasi waits for the movement and finding the short pass up the right-hand channel for Lamine Yamal, who looks to try and find a way to pass a beautiful ball inside towards Bernal. Heavy touch though, but shielding under pressure from Julian Alvarez. He's a cup winner with Manchester City, the FA Cup in 2023, the Argentinian striker. Plenty of cup-winning pedigree. Yamal, wonderful ball into the box, but just behind Torres, who was slipping underfoot there, Ferran Torres. Long, big clearance from Atletico. Kabasi taking no chances back towards Garcia. Gerard Martin now up towards Raphinha, 10 yards from the left edge of the penalty area, looking to break away further, but a heavy touch. Llorente marshalling beautifully as Atletico get themselves on the ball, now with a chance to potentially break themselves. Simeone, heavy touch, coming across to clear the ball away. There was Kabasi. And it is going to be Atletico throw-in midway inside the Barcelona half up this near side. was a wonderful ball played in just moments ago by Lamine Yamal. Ferran Torres just a little bit too far in front of the ball, with Koke just shielding away, leading by example. Koke, the notable captain, Mr. Atletico, lives and dies by the Atletico sword as Lookman plays a short pass out to the left edge of the penalty area, low in towards the box. Griezmann with an opportunity and straight down the throat of Garcia. That could have been the killer blow in the first half for the visiting team. But Griezmann not quite able to find time enough on the shot, with the Barcelona players closing in rapidly in the penalty area. Yamal switching to the left-hand side of the field. Balde with one touch back away under pressure from Griezmann. Gerard Martin inside towards Pedri. Balde again now just under midway into the Atletico half, carrying the ball away from the left-hand touchline in towards the centre circle with Pedri. Pedri, his first start since the 21st of January. Balde, ball in towards the penalty area, but again far too heavy onwards there for Ferran Torres to latch onto. There is no Robert Lewandowski as an option this evening for Hansi Flick. He does have Marcus Rashford potentially as an option, but even then, Rashford himself is coming back from injury woes. Can play as a central striker, and that is a free kick for Atletico inside of their own half. Lookman just fouled there, with the referee calling playback on the foul from Kubasi, just pulling back on the Nigerian international. Well, both of these sides, they are in Champions League action next week. There'll be a trip to the northeast of England for Barcelona against Newcastle United, a team that they played in the first game of the league phase, in fact. 2-1 victory at St James's Park, with Marcus Rashford scoring both goals for Barcelona there. But now a chance for Ferran in the box, shot low and just parried wide of the post. Another good opportunity goes begging. Ferran Torres with a good driven shot low to the near post on the left-hand edge of the penalty area, as Musso takes no chances and parries the ball around the post. It's going to be yet another corner. Fair man to take this. Yamal is a short option, finding Yamal short, left edge of the box, cutting into the byline. Wonderful footwork from the number 10. Low across, and there's the first goal. And it's Bernal who has given Barcelona the lead on the 29th minute. A driven ball low across the face of the goal in the 6-yard area from Lamine Yamal. Wonderful footwork and composure, breaking to the byline. And all Bernal had to do was tap the ball into the back of an open net. And La Remontada 2.0 operation is now well underway here at Camp Nou. Barcelona 1, Atletico Madrid 0. 4-1 now on aggregate. Scored right on the half-an-hour mark. The perfect time to find that first goal in the likeliest and unlikeliest even on that of comebacks. Well, Bernal has kicked things off here. Surely the fans must be sitting there and thinking, dare we do this yet again in a second leg? Koke trying to encourage the players surrounding him, bringing them all in for a huddle and a chat. But Lamine Yamal, the one who really did make that first goal come to be. Excellent footwork as they look to come yet again. Raphinha, 10 yards from the edge of the penalty area, looking to break away, nudged in the back, but the referee thinking nothing of it as Llorente looks to carry away himself and tripped by Ferman. And that is going to be a free kick for Atletico Madrid, with Raphinha just having a word with the referee, I think pleading that he felt he was pushed. There was quite clearly two hands in his back. And I'm quite surprised that that wasn't given. Koke clearly putting a hand into the back of Raphinha, who went down to the deck as any player would when they feel that form of a connection outside of the penalty area. But the referee, Ricardo de Burgos Bengochea, thinking otherwise. And instead, waving play on, as that free kick played long up this near channel in towards the Barcelona half. And Gerard Martin under pressure himself, just swiping the ball away. Balde asking for it short and composed. As Diego Simeone, all clad in black, is becoming a little bit more animated than he was in the first half an hour of this game. Bernal with the goal on the half an hour mark, giving Barcelona that sense and that hope and that belief that they might just do the unthinkable yet again in the second leg of a competition. Llorente thrown in towards the edge of the penalty area. Alvarez, wonderful footwork to keep the ball in their pressure. Griezmann now dinking the ball towards the edge of the box. Kabasi under pressure, wonderful tackle. Now as Barcelona look to break with a long pass up the left-hand side of the field. Raphinha looking to get there first, but a strong slide tackle down from Pubil, and that goes out for a throw-in for Barcelona deep in the Atletico half on this nearer side. That long ball through towards Raphinha up the left-hand channel, so nearly finding the captain. But Pubil sliding in, perfect, right place, right time to deny the Brazilian a chance to get one-on-one and really pile some further pressure on Atletico's hopes of an appearance in the final. Lamine Yamal now, 10 yards from the edge of the box, ball inside, deflected away. Atletico taking no chances, big clearance out for a throw-in for Barcelona. This one level with the edge of the 18-yard area on the further side, thrown in quickly. Pedri now with the ball, midway inside the Atletico half. Pedri, wonderful loop ball up towards the byline. João Cancelo, edge of the area, chipped inside. Header in by Fairman, still not quite dealt with. Torres looking to shield the ball away. Fairman's turn, but Griezmann, short pass inside. Koke, even more so acrobatically clearing away as Yamal looks to come and put further pressure on the box. Cute little back heel towards João Pedro, in towards the box, Raphinha! And the header just wide. But up goes the assistance flag on that far side. Raphinha screaming up towards the heavens as Barcelona continue to mount further pressure. Wonderful ball into the box from João Cancelo. And Raphinha's header just going wide, and I think maybe the referee had given a free kick. Raphinha going through the back there of Giuliano Simeone, the son of Diego. Free kick in place of where a goal kick is usually taken as Barcelona continue to search and harry and desperately work themselves into the surface here to find yet another goal to keep hopes of a shock comeback alive. Long ball played up the right-hand touchline, this time marshalled by Ruggieri ahead of Fairman. As Lookman under pressure himself, easily dispossessed by Kabasi, strong in the tackle, the number 5. As we've got just over 10 minutes to go here of the first half in the second leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final. Barcelona 1-0 up thanks to Bernal on the half an hour mark. Still now 4-1 down though on aggregate. Big tackle from Llorente out for a Barcelona throw-in midway into the Atletico half up this nearer side of the field. Gerard Martin short in towards Kabasi on the centre circle with João Cancelo midway inside the Atletico half, creeping nearer towards the right edge of the box with a shallow pass towards Lamine Yamal. Bernal, the goal scorer, short inside towards Gerard Martin, switching to this left-hand side of the field with Balde, short inside towards Raphinha, looking to jink away from Llorente, but Llorente standing tallest of all, easy to dispossess. Simeone chipping up towards Griezmann up this right-hand side, wonderful footwork from the Frenchman now, looking to break in towards the box, switching across towards Alvarez, leaving it towards Lookman, edge of the penalty area, Lookman, deflection, and straight towards Pedri, who carries the ball out of his own penalty area. Barcelona players scrambling back to offer support in defence as Pedri under pressure from Cardoso, giving away the free kick, and it's a free kick for Barcelona. 10 yards inside their own half on the nearer side, taken quickly. Continuing to mount and further inflict this pressure on Atletico Madrid as best as they can. Lamine Yamal and the players surrounding nearest to the sidelines continuously waving their arms in the air, encouraging the noise to continue rising and continue loud. As Balde has the ball, but just a heavy touch underneath, going out for an Atletico throw-in midway inside their own half on this near touchline. But so far, for Barcelona's plan to do the unthinkable yet again, surely the objective was to find a goal early on in the first half. They have found one. Pedri in towards the penalty area, deflected into the box. Fairman driven, Llorente cleared away, and it's going to be a Barcelona corner, same side where they found their first goal this evening. But what they hope is going to be their first of what they will dream to be at least 4 in total. Fairman to take this corner. Movement in the box, played to the edge of the 6-yard area, but Musso easily picking up on that ball himself under little pressure whatsoever. Pushing players further up and away, throwing the ball out towards Llorente on this near side. Barcelona players quick to pounce onto any loose balls like that one there, as Pedri looks to turn away under pressure. Arms getting a little bit too close for comfort for the referee there from Koke. Barcelona so quick with switching play up left and right hand sides of the field, with João Cancelo turning away from the right hand edge of the penalty area. Lamine Yamal is further up, back heel towards the number 10, in towards the box, heading to the back post, still not quite dealt with as Balde comes across to jump up on that loose ball. Carrying the ball out from the edge of the left side of the penalty area, back towards Gerard Martin, 1-2 with Balde. Plenty of Barcelona players in support nearby and in towards the edge of the penalty area. Atletico players dropping deeper and deeper. Lamine Yamal, right side of the box, wonderful step over towards the byline, cutting inside further still. Yamal jinking a ball backwards, but Atletico clearing the ball away and keeping the ball in play just about from going out for yet another corner, as Ademola Lookman turns away and wins a free kick level with the edge of the 18-yard area inside of their own half. It really has been an endless first half in terms of pressure, play on the field. Barcelona plenty of time on the ball in this game. Dominant so far in terms of the possession stats, 74% possession, 11 shots, 5 of which hitting the target and 1 of them finding the back of the net. Something they will need to achieve 3 more times at least if they are to keep ambitions of not only a Copa del Rey final alive, but even a shock comeback at that. It is very nearly 9 years to the day as well, on the 8th of March 2017, when La Remontada was born. Gerard Martin plays a somewhat risky ball across their own penalty area towards João Pedro, under pressure from Julian Alvarez. Barcelona were just keeping the ball amongst themselves inside their own box. The Barcelona fans amping up the temperature a little bit more. The stands bouncing, in particular behind the goal that Jean Garcia is stood in front of at the moment. Garcia, the goalkeeper, plays out to this left-hand side towards Balde, still deep inside their own half. Barcelona waiting for some movement. Raphinha coming back to offer some help in towards the centre of their half. Foul, surely that on Bernal, and the free kick being given, with Griezmann clearing the ball away. Some of the Barcelona players asking for a little bit more than that from Griezmann. But the referee simply just giving a free kick as we're nearing the final 5 minutes of the 45 here. Barcelona 1-0 up, but 4-1 down in total. 1 goal at least was surely going to be the objective from Hansi Flick to build on from there at half-time. If they can find another one, that will really put the comeback firmly in their sights. As Ferran plays a ball up for Raphinha, but Raphinha not quite making the move. Wasted pass up in towards the penalty area. Then Musso will come and gather himself off of the byline. Barcelona, well, I don't know how they're thinking about doing this, if they're going to try and break it down into segments of game in terms of finding a goal. But surely at least 1 goal in the first half was part of their objective to build from there. To not find a single goal in the first half would have been a real issue, as Atletico now look to break themselves to catch on the counter. Lookman off the left side of the Barcelona penalty area, creeping further inside to the byline. Low driven ball across. Kubasi getting a big foot in front, deflected out. And it is going to be a Atletico Madrid throw-in. Ferran Torres back up to his feet. He did go down off the edge of the Atletico penalty area with Cardoso, the American international, just breaking away from Ferran Torres. But that throw-in for Atletico has gone all the way back and passed even further still towards Musso in his own penalty area. Barcelona players covering every single blade of grass as quickly as they can and as efficiently as they can this evening. Bearing in mind they only played here on Saturday as well. They are full of running tonight. A very similar team. As Atletico now play a ball up towards Alvarez, left edge of the box, played towards Griezmann, first time and off the post. Antoine Griezmann very nearly breaking hearts, but the assistant's flag up on this near side. signalling that Julian Alvarez would have been offside. Very tight according to the monitor I've seen in front of me. But Griezmann, first time shot coming off of the outside of the near post. And very nearly breaking hearts and momentum for Barcelona in the pursuit of this comeback. Bernal, the goal scorer now, 15 yards inside the Atletico half, short towards the right-hand side of the field, with Yamal just slowing play down, waiting for movement, switching a long pass out towards Gerard Martin, wrestling to try and get there first, and does just that with Balde coming across to offer a helping hand. Pedri now, dead centre of the Atletico half, ball looped out towards Joao Cancelo, creeping into the right side of the box, driven ball into the penalty area, deflected out for another corner for Barcelona up the right-hand side. Johnny Cardoso putting a big foot in the way of the Portuguese fullback. As in a couple of minutes, all eyes will turn to the fourth official to see how much time is going to be added at the end of this first half. I can't think of there being too much time to be added, as a ball is swung in towards the penalty area, but behind Bernal off the edge of the 6-yard area. Cardoso keeping the ball alive, long ball up this left-hand touchline, not a single Atletico player in the central third of the field or even higher than that, with Diego Simeone edging and creeping over the those dotted white lines of the technical area here at Camp Nou. Lamine Yamal 1-2 midway inside the Atletico half, driving towards the right edge of the area, short towards Bernal. Bernal, short pass out towards the right-hand touchline. Joao Cancelo, 1-2 again with Yamal. With Yamal just jinking away. Good composure from the young man again as Pedri looks to play a ball up towards the box, but Atletico players standing tallest. And is there a chance for the visiting team to break here with Lookman carrying the ball up? Koke, the furthest player upfield for Atletico, but a good tackle at the back going out for an Atletico throw-in. 10 yards into the Barcelona half on the further side. Just over a minute to go of the first 45 here at Camp Nou. Barcelona 1-0 up this evening, but 4-1 down in the tie combined. Bernal with the goal on the half-an-hour mark, beautifully worked by Lamine Yamal. All eyes soon to turn to the fourth official to see how much longer there is to go, but Alvarez looking to break away himself, played out to the right edge of the box towards Simeone. Good standing tackle from Balde, still Simeone comes short towards Llorente. Llorente, Griezmann, wonderful first time flick towards Simeone, right edge of the box, low ball inside, but cleared away first time. Barcelona having to do a little bit of defensive duties at the moment as they look to break with a long ball played up towards Raphinha. Putting the chase on there is Llorente, with Pubil coming across to put the finishing touch on. Thrown quickly by Fairman up towards Raphinha. Raphinha, poor pass across, head in hands, knowing that that was easily given away. Any last chances starting to disappear for Barcelona. As Simeone now has the ball up this right-hand side of the field, breaking away from Barcelona players, but a good tackle down as Fairman looks to try and keep the ball alive. Llorente nudging into the back of Fairman and winning the ball fairly in the eyes of the referee. Seconds remaining of the 45 here as all eyes will turn to the fourth to see how much time. A minute, I would reckon, maybe a 2 at very most. As Cardoso plays towards Lookman. Griezmann now 5 yards into the Barcelona half off the left edge of the centre circle, played in towards that circle, switching out now towards Simeone. Midway into the Barcelona half, Llorente coming up to offer a hand. As Llorente now carrying the ball towards the right edge of the box, heavy touch though from the long head. Llorente, 3 minutes of time added at the end of this first half. So is there some time or one last opportunity for Barcelona? Raphinha picking up on that ball, threaded in. Wonderful composure from the Brazilian. Midway inside the Atletico half. Edge of the area, shot from range, but a high looping effort overwards. Lamine Yamal was an offer 5 yards to the right-hand side of where the Brazilian struck the ball. But that one sailing high over the Atletico crossbar. As that might be one of the last good chances, unless there is some final say. The work rate continuing to be dialed up to 10 for Barcelona. It needs to be that, it can't be any less if they're going to get themselves back into this game. Big swiping clearance there from Joao Cancelo as Atletico look to counter, with Musso picking up on the ball immediately long towards Lookman. Pedri, big foot in, looped, high up the right-hand side of the field. Lamine Yamal looking to get there first, but wonderful from Hanko, brilliant from the Slovakian, beating the young Spaniard to the ball. As Alvarez picks up on that ball now midway inside the Barcelona half, isolated entirely. Lookman coming up to offer some help to the Argentinian, carrying the ball away from the left-hand touchline into the centre of the half. Playing the ball just about cleanly enough towards Llorente. First time up towards Simeone. 15 yards from the edge of the area. Wonderful ball towards the byline. Llorente in towards the box. Lookman with the header, but just wide of the upright. Lookman head in hand, face planted into the grass in the penalty area. That by far Atletico's best chance of the game to seal this one shut. Oh, he was just a yard or two wide of the upright. Lookman so close to a killer goal at the end of the first half. As we are now into the final minute of the minimum 3 of added time at the end of the first half. Is there one last chance for either side? Lamine Yamal towards Joao Cancelo, midway into the Atletico half. Back out towards Yamal. Encouraging run towards the edge of the penalty area. Good ball in. Ferran Torres first time to Pedri, and that's a penalty for Barcelona right at the end of this first half. Pedri tripped in the box. Marc Pubil the guilty party, and Barcelona have got themselves a chance to get a second goal and half the deficit on the stroke of half-time from 12 yards. Well, the Atletico players are crowding the referee. From what I could see, the foul was there. There was a long outstretched leg from Marc Pubil. Pedri coming inside, catching the left leg of the number 8. Pedri with one touch. There was definitely a lingering leg. I can't really see VAR Daniel Trulio overturning this one from the initial decision from the referee. Well, if Barcelona can convert this would make matters intensely interesting going in at half-time, to be a fly on the wall, not just in Barcelona's changing room, but especially in Atletico's. And it looks like it is going to be Raphinha to take this penalty. So it's Raphinha from 12 yards against Juan Musso at the end of the first half to bring this to 2-0 to Barcelona, 4-2 overall, to half the deficit and make this comeback really come into full view for the home side. Raphinha a couple of yards behind the goal, behind the ball. Raphinha, hands on hips, with a stuttered step up, left-footed. Raphinha sending Musso the other way, and right at the end of this first half, Barcelona have halved the deficit. Jubilant scenes in the stands surrounding Camp Nou. The team coming together. They know exactly what needs to be said and what is at stake going in at half-time. Raphinha kissing hand gesture to the fans in the surrounds. And Pedri's run winning that penalty initially. The score now Barcelona 2, Atletico Madrid 0, 4-2 on aggregate. They couldn't do it again, could they? This is Barcelona. This is Camp Nou. This is where stories like this continuously get written. Just ask Paris Saint-Germain, as there goes the referee's whistle for half-time. The Atletico players trudging towards and down the tunnel. Second best throughout the entirety of that first half. Barcelona coming out the blocks flying as the Barcelona players make their way towards the tunnel, still encouraging the fans. They want this atmosphere to keep going even at half-time. But Operation La Remontada 2.0, it is well underway here tonight at Camp Nou. So the score at half-time, Barcelona 2, Atletico Madrid 0. And we will continue the rest of this captivating, enticing Copa del Rey semi-final second leg in just over 10 minutes' time. at Camp Nou, where Barcelona currently find themselves 2-0 up in the Copa del Rey semi-final second leg, halving the 4-0 deficit that they faced before kick-off this evening, and dreaming of a La Remontada all over again. An earning of that as well, it must be said. Heavily involved in terms of possession, plenty of shots on the target, 6 hitting the target, 2 finding the back of the net. The opening of the scoring on the half an hour mark, with Bernal tucking into the back of an empty net, Lamine Yamal doing all the hard work, coming inside from a corner on the left-hand side of the penalty area. And then Pedri charging into the box, tripped up by Marc Pubil. And then the captain, Raphinha, stepping up from 12 yards to send Joan Musso the wrong way and give those Barcelona fans and their team the ultimate form of a dreamlike scenario where they dare to hold on to the trophy that bears their name from last season. Atletico Madrid, well, they have not reached the final of the Copa del Rey since the 2013 season. And Diego Simeone, that was his first year in charge as the manager fully. Well, they fought before kick-off today. They know that Barcelona are such a threat here at Camp Nou, but they thought surely that would be far too much out of their own reach. Much changed side for Diego Simeone coming into this game. 9 changes from their victory away against Real Oviedo, bottom of La Liga. Just Ademola Lookman and Johnny Cardoso holding their places in the starting 11 from that game. Whereas Barcelona, well, they made 3 changes, and Koundé forced off early on the 11th minute, picking up an injury, with Balde coming on in his place, working brilliantly up the left-hand touchline with Raphinha. As Barcelona just keep Atletico Madrid waiting a little while longer as they now emerge from the tunnel below the home side to a rapturous round of applause from the fans that throughout the game, Barcelona players, almost like conductors, were encouraging support as they aim to do the seemingly unthinkable. Thinking back to 9 years ago, almost to the day, on the 8th of March 2017, when they came from 4-0 down in a first leg away to Paris Saint-Germain, and then won 6-1 that evening. The most unlikely of comebacks, and that was even when away goals was considered a thing. With Paris Saint-Germain that day scoring when the score was 3-0, which meant that Barcelona then had to win outright on aggregate and couldn't just rely on an aggregate level scoreline. But if Barcelona were to find another 2 goals and no more, without response, it would go to extra time this game, and then penalties would loom after those 30 potential minutes. There is no away goals in the Copa del Rey semi-final. Barcelona do get us underway. They're kicking from left to right in their red and blue striped shirt, blue shorts and blue socks. Atletico Madrid now attacking from right to left with Lookman 5 yards from the left edge of the penalty area, looking to play a ball into the box with Griezmann making the run, but a good defensive interception as Pubil just tries to clear, Gerard Martin clears the ball away midway inside with a deflection bouncing off, and it is going to be a throw-in for Barcelona midway inside their own half up the further channel. Atletico Madrid in that Colchoreños mattress makers red and white striped shirt with red shorts and red socks, daring to hold on to that 4-0 advantage. Barcelona second rate at best, really, when they travelled to the Metropolitano back on the 12th of February. That 4-0 win, all those goals coming in the first half. Eric Garcia, own goal and a red card at the end. Garcia suspended, not available for selection for the game this evening. So far, the defenders haven't really had too much to do for Barcelona as Raphinha picks up on a long ball left side of the box, low into the area. Llorente clearing the ball away first time as Simeone slides in to keep the ball alive with Atletico on the ball with Griezmann towards his own penalty area. Short jinked pass back towards Llorente, threaded up towards the captain Koke. Ball inside from Simeone, who's going to get there first? Yamal will, turning brilliantly away from Alvarez. Lamine Yamal still coming, charging in towards the edge of the box. Foul down on the ground. The referee, though, waving play on, telling the 18-year-old to get up. There's a long ball sent up the right-hand touchline. Simeone now stepping in slowly towards the right edge of the box, but forced further backwards towards Koke. As Llorente charges upfield, that blonde hair tagging behind as he's into the right edge of the box, played across the penalty area. Good interception there, though, from Kubasi, as Balde looks to carry the ball out himself, but cheaply given away. Griezmann short towards Alvarez, edge of the area. Alvarez with the low shot, but a good save from Garcia, diving down to his left-hand side. And that is much more like it from Atletico Madrid. Their best opportunity in the first half by way of a header from Ademola Lookman. They've started the second half in a much brighter fashion in comparison to the first, where they sat back so deeply, absorbing all that pressure. Barcelona on the front foot throughout the entirety of that first half. And they do find themselves 2-0 up here, but 4-2 down on aggregate. That is the main scoreline, that one in brackets. That reads that Atletico Madrid will be making the Copa del Rey final in April, 18th of April, for the first time since 2013. As Barcelona's hopes of defending this trophy would then end. João Cancelo pulled down off the right side of the penalty area by Johnny Cardoso. The American international with that almost Gatsby look, that swept black hair, the thin moustache above that upper lip, pulling down on the Portuguese international. It's going to be a free kick for Barcelona, this one around 10 yards from the right corner of the box and a couple of yards from the right-hand touchline. Plenty of players back in red and white striped shirts. Raphinha stood over this ball, as is fair man. It's going to be Raphinha, left-footed inside the box, parried away by the goalkeeper. Oh, and that was a dangerous ball played into the further post, with Ferran looking to cause some concern for the goalkeeper, sort of diving in front to cause a distraction. But the former Argentinian international reading that flight of the ball from Raphinha well enough to just parry the ball away from danger. And if Barcelona can find a goal with 15 or so minutes to go, this game is well and truly on. I mean, it already is on in its own right. But this would be up to another level of intensity of being on if Barcelona were to find a third goal by that point. Balde, 10 yards from the left edge of the penalty area, passing all the way back. Atletico players in long lines just off the edge of the penalty area, trying to stop and shield any pressure forward. Yamal, though, right side of the box, trying to jink away from Lookman, falling and slipping under pressure still. Yamal looks to come, but a heavy touch away as Atletico burst with a long ball played up towards Griezmann, well composed up the left-hand touchline, but a big tackle from Kubasi going out for an Atletico throw-in just inside their own half on this nearer side. So 5 minutes gone in the second half here at Camp Nou. It's Barcelona 2, Atletico 0, 4-2 in total though for the visiting team. Stronger start to this half than it was in the first for Atletico. He's just taking his time with that throw-in, now thrown up the left-hand touchline, flicked on by Alvarez. Lookman doing well to work and break away, but Barcelona players come crowding in, surrounding to win the ball back with ease off of the Nigerian international. Gerard Martin just slowing play up. Pedri coming back to offer some support with a short pass across to the goal scorer for the first this evening in Bernal. Option out wide and finding João Cancelo there now over midway inside the Atletico half. 1-2 back towards Bernal. Red and white striped shirts continue to hold a strong line, as to be expected from any team that Diego Simeone manages. Strong, ruthless, never-ending in defensive duties. which makes this attempt of another La Remontada so much more difficult, knowing the quality that Atletico have in defence as they look to send a ball to Griezmann, who first time sends towards Lookman, 10 yards from the left edge of the penalty area. Numbers scrambling to get back for Barcelona, but a poor ball played inside by Lookman, searching for Griezmann, only finding a Barcelona shirt. Jean Garcia throws the ball out quickly enough. Balde up to Pedri. Pedri first time now towards Raphinha. Referee allowing play to continue for the foul on the number 8, who won the penalty at the end of the first half. Converted by the captain Raphinha. And what followed seconds afterwards, the referee's whistle. The perfect time to score a goal, as they say. And can they carry this momentum into the second half for the dream of completing a truly epic comeback yet again on this pitch that saw one just 9 years ago? Garcia well out of his penalty area, sending a ball up to the left-hand touchline towards Balde, keeping the ball alive. 1-2 with Raphinha. Ferran making a long run. Balde sending the ball long towards Ferran. Goalkeeper off of his line, bundled down off the edge of the penalty area. The referee allows play to continue though as Atletico dispossess. Balde looking to come across to win Barcelona's time back on the ball. Ferran Torres continues the process, but winning the ball well now. Raphinha, left edge of the penalty area, driven into the box, cleared away by Pubel, and that one goes out for a corner on the further side. First corner of the half. The referee still having words with Ferran Torres, who felt that he should have won a free kick off the edge of the penalty area. But it is going to be a corner for Barcelona, their first corner of the second half. Fair man to take this one up the left-hand side. Right-footed ball swung in towards the goal. Pockets of Barcelona players crowding around the penalty spot. Fairman goes short towards Yamal, and the referee just stops play before he can go short. Just keeping an eye on things. Lots of movement around the goalkeeper in the 6-yard area. Corner now taken short to Yamal. Yamal now cutting in again towards the byline, chipping across to the further side of the box. Ferran heading down, but no one there in a Barcelona shirt to pick up on the number 7's header. Slide tackle in from Bernal to stop a long ball going forward. And that one goes out for a goal kick for Atletico. So a strong start from both teams this time in this half. Very much one-way traffic in the first half for Barcelona. It's a Basque region derby tomorrow evening for the second semi-final. Sociedad at home against Athletic Club, 1-0 up as well in that tie, as they look to book their place with, as it stands, Atletico Madrid in the final. That one on the 8th of April, or 18th of April, sorry. And the ball played up though first time. Now a chance for Barcelona to break yet again. Lamine Yamal, good touch up to the right edge of the penalty area. Back into the box, struck, saved. Wonderful save from Joan Musso with the first time strike, and all the Atletico players coming along to hug, high five the Argentinian goalkeeper. A glorious opportunity there for Barcelona to find a third. Going out for a corner. Fairman to take this one to go in towards the penalty area. Crowded 6-yard area. Low ball, not a good ball in. Griezmann clearing away first man. And a high clearance up towards Pedri off the left-hand touchline with a short pass back to Balde on the halfway line. That the first of the glorious opportunities in this second half that Barcelona need to find themselves another chance of completing an unlikely comeback. Yamal, wonderful flick between the legs up towards Joao Cancelo, towards the right side of the box, crowded out by Atletico players, but finding a way through to Yamal now, jinking in towards the right-hand byline inside of the box, low ball across, Llorente cleared first time, Fairman, edge of the area, low, Bernal, edge of the box, shot, saved, Raphinha, follow up, and cleared away, but up goes the assistance flag on that far side. Joan Musso standing like a tall, proud statue on the goal line, stopping that opportunity. As Barcelona yet again have another chance go missing. Lamine Yamal looking a real menace up the right-hand side of the field. Ruggieri chasing shadows throughout the entirety of this game so far. Raphinha judged though to have been offside when that shot was struck by Bernal. Saved by Joan Musso towards the Brazilian. He followed up with an excellent save despite then the flag being raised and the whistle being blown. Truly excellent stop now. Lookman midway inside the Barcelona half up this left-hand side. Can they ease a bit of pressure and congestion in their own third? Short towards Alvarez, surrounded by Barcelona players and winning the ball well with Lamine Yamal, seemingly looking to up the gears, bundled down off of the edge of the touchline, and it is going to be a throw-in for Atletico Madrid on the halfway line on this near side. The referee just wagging a finger towards Lamine Yamal, saying everything was all within the letters of the law. As Barcelona continue to aim in pursuit of a third goal, we are going to see a number of changes being made now for Atletico Madrid. Molina and Sorloth, well, they will be coming on. Sorloth recently scored that hat-trick against Club Brugge in the Champions League. So Lookman, another player to be coming off as well. So it's going to be Lookman and the captain Koke coming off. Their race is run just before the hour mark, with Molina and Sorloth coming on in their place. The big, tall, towering figure of Alexander Sorloth. It really is a case of little and large. Sorloth 6'4", Norwegian international. Julian Alvarez 5'6". Sorloth coming on to show a little bit of physical presence, something that Atletico really have been lacking in this game so far, is that sense of a big, tall player to just try and win everything that they can. Pedri now charging into the Atletico half, crowded out with an excellent interception from the Atletico players surrounding. Ruggieri, first time for Sorloth, his first touch on the ball, shielding away, but adjudged to have been offside. Coming in front of Kabasi, and that free kick taken quickly enough as we are creeping towards the hour mark here at Camp Nou. Barcelona 2-0 up on the night, 4-2 down and overall. With just around half an hour to go for Barcelona to find at least 2 more goals without response. Cancelo played out further towards Raphinha, off of the left edge of the penalty area. Balde forced further back towards Gerard Martin. Kubasi now 5 yards from the centre circle, ball out towards Lamine Yamal, not quite able to get there. Wonderful slide tackle though from Cancelo, and Lamine Yamal able to keep the ball alive, overstep towards in the right side of the box, dinked back across, and a big hand from Musso, just palming the ball away from Raphinha, and Ferran Torres lingering at the back of the 6-yard area as Balde throws it quickly back into play. Jean Musso is certainly stepping up his work rate between the sticks. A solid enough first half despite the goals being scored, but he has been solid in this second half, and they are going to need that if they're going to book their place in the final, given the pressure from Barcelona. Joao Cancelo though, ball across the box from the left-hand side, but just over everyone's head, including Simeone's, and that one goes out for a goal kick. So we are now at the hour mark here at Camp Nou. Barcelona 2-0 up, 4-2 down overall. Atletico Madrid, as the minutes pass, can see through the fog of the pressure that Barcelona are building. That 18th of April final and a chance for a Copa Cup yet again. 10 times winners of this competition, 9 times runners-up. As Sorloth has been released long up the left-hand side, but up goes the assistance flag again on the further side. Sorloth 2 quick offside since coming on. Tall, towering figure of the Norwegian international. You wouldn't want him and Haaland charging down on you at the World Cup in the summer. 2 tall beasts up top for the Norwegians. And he now has come on very much with the intention of doing the dirty work upfield, just trying to win everything off of Kabasi and Gerard Martin, who have had a really easy night of it. Sorloth will surely add a bit more of a physical presence to give them something to think about and consider. Pedri now midway inside the Atletico half, edging towards the right-hand side of the field. 1-2 with Lamine Yamal. Pedri on the ball, referee allowing play to continue as Pedri passes poorly straight to the feet of Cardoso. Ruggieri sending a long ball up for Sorloth to chase. Kabasi just pumps the ball all the way back towards Jean Garcia, come flying out of his penalty area to pick up on that ball. No one really nearby enough. But Garcia working hard to try and keep this momentum going. as we are into the final third of the game. Less than half an hour to go for Barcelona to find those 2 unanswered goals, to at least take this to extra time, and dare they even get a third unanswered and see this one, this unlikeliest of La Remontadas, Operation 2.0 underway. But as it stands, it's Atletico Madrid that will be in the final on the 18th. Pedri 1-2 with Lamine Yamal. And Yamal with a poor pass inside. Griezmann looking to shut down, but Gerard Martin getting there first in the centre circle, and Kubasi forced further back by Sorloth. That is exactly why Diego Simeone has brought him on. To just sit high upfield, utilise his height and his strength to charge down on the centre-back pairing for Barcelona, to force and cause issues. As Barcelona play a ball up to Lamine Yamal, but again, this time marshalled brilliantly by Hanko, and now Alvarez 15 yards from the left edge of the penalty area, waiting for Ruggieri to make the overlapping run. Alvarez inside towards Llorente, dead centre of the half, across towards Griezmann, right edge of the box towards Simeone. Overlapping run for the Argentinian, but still holding on to the ball himself. Now with a jinked pass back towards Llorente, threaded, wonderful ball, right edge of the box, Simeone low into the penalty area, but Kubasi first time clearing the ball away, only as far as Griezmann. Cardoso head towards Alvarez, edge of the penalty area, Alvarez turning, brilliant composure on the ball, still they can't quite get themselves on the ball and away Barcelona, as Yamal looks to wrestle away from Ruggieri, ball into the box, dangerous, but a heavy driven ball, far too heavy for Griezmann. Simeone though keeping the ball alive, going out on the right hand side of the field. Llorente's a nearby option, brilliant composure, edge of the box, Griezmann picking up on the deflected chance inside towards Sorloth, edge of the box, Sorloth with a turn, but a big tackle and interception in the way. Barcelona having to dig deep and do a little bit of defending at the moment. Alvarez shot from range, but always going and dragging wide, and that one goes out for a goal kick. That one Molina with that opportunity there. Barcelona now looking to make a couple more changes themselves, and it looks like it is going to be Marcus Rashford coming on for Fairman. So Fairman off for Marcus Rashford. So he gets a chance to come on now, a rare chance for Marcus. Hasn't started a game since the 7th of February, returning from a knee injury. And Ferran Torres will be coming off for Dani Olmo. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this now, with Marcus Rashford maybe making his way in as a lone striker. But Dani Olmo seems to be the one that has moved up there himself, with Rashford holding out wide, and there is Rashford with his first touch bundled to the deck and not getting any love or joy from the referee. As the ball has been sent wide for Rashford to chase yet again, under pressure there from Molina, and winning a corner, Marcus Rashford looking to try and get things underway quickly. Fairman, the usual corner kick taker, coming off in place of the Englishman. And it is going to be Marcus Rashford to take this corner, their 9th corner of the evening. Not a single corner for Atletico to register as of yet. Creeping into the 65th minute, Barcelona still with 2 goals to see to help them find this comeback. Rashford, short, Pedri, edge of the area, shot, ding to the further post, but straight, easy gather up there from Jean Musso. As Olmo gets his foot in the way there, and up goes the yellow card. Cheap yellow card for Dani Olmo, who's only been on the field a matter of minutes. Well, he does not want to be giving silly yellow cards towards his team like that. Because the more that this game goes on, in particular if Barcelona can't find another goal, the more the intensity is going to ramp up. And Hansi Flick in particular, you can see, is frustrated with the man that he's just brought onto the field. Sorloth heading the ball on for Griezmann to chase. Potential mix-up there. Oh, and Joan Garcia comes flying off and just about palms the ball down from carrying the ball out of his own penalty area. That one nearly calamitous. But Barcelona now have a potential chance. Olmo, ball out towards Rashford, but a good interception by Pubil. Wonderful from Pubil, just getting a foot in front. And Dani Olmo very nearly unlocking Marcus Rashford out on the left-hand channel. Still, Barcelona continue to push players further upfield. Lamine Yamal still full of running, hasn't stopped since the first whistle. And Alvarez just fouled, brought down, and a yellow card for Barcelona. This one going by the way of João Cancelo. Frustrations potentially beginning to creep in a little bit here, with Alvarez just receiving a bit of the old stretching treatment from Johnny Cardoso. So 2 quick yellow cards in the second leg here at the Camp Nou, as we edge closer and closer towards the 90th minute. Diego Simeone prowling the touchline as he does all game long. I'd love to know what his stepometer is. I'd love to know how far the Argentinian walks every single game, because he does not stop. And I don't think I've ever seen him not wearing that all-black suit. It really is the look of Diego Simeone, the all-black suit with the black shirt and black tie, black shoes, dressing like the Undertaker that he wishes to be for Barcelona's hopes of retaining the Copa del Rey trophy. As Rashford sends a ball out, deflected out for a throw-in for Barcelona midway inside their own half up the further side of the field. As Kubasi plays out towards João Cancelo midway into the Atletico half. Barcelona needing to find their rhythm, slowing down a little bit more in the last 5 or so minutes. Very much to what the eyes of those Atletico Madrid fans in that upper left-hand corner do wish to see. Gerard Martin has just played the ball out of touch, and I think that Balde now is the one who is currently down. He's bent over, with the referee now just urging the physios to come onto the field. I'm not entirely sure what's happened here, but Balde came on for Koundé with an injury. And now Balde is the one that is going to receive a bit of treatment, but we are going to see another change for Atletico Madrid in the process. And it's going to be Alex Baena coming on. So Baena will be imminently coming on for Atletico Madrid, and it is going to be for Julian Alvarez. So Alex Baena on, Julian Alvarez off. As we are creeping ever closer towards the 70th minute, and with every passing minute, more time passes for Barcelona to find the comeback. More time disappears for Atletico Madrid's weight of booking their place in the final. As Balde just makes his way towards the touchline, and I think his race might be run. Lamine Yamal coming over to offering support. Balde covering his face with his shirt, heavily displeased, doing his best to keep his composure. Balde forced off himself with an injury, coming on for Koundé on the 11th minute, and now on the 70th. We are going to see Ronald Araujo coming on in his place. Araujo, well, this is going to be his 200th appearance for Barcelona in senior and youth levels. The Uruguayan international coming on in place of Balde, straight down the tunnel. And can Araujo be the one to try and encourage his team to do the unthinkable and find the unlikeliest of comebacks that becomes even more unlikely with every passing minute? As Hansi Flick just puts forward some final instructions towards Araujo, and Pedri coming nearest by. The play is going to resume, I believe, with a throw-in for Barcelona up the left-hand channel. It is going to be Araujo who takes now the captain's armband as well from Raphinha. So the captain's armband going to Araujo. The players rallying around Araujo of recent date in particular, taking a leave of absence to deal with personal matters. And Araujo, well, the encouragement he could bring with his experience, a product of La Masia, coming over from Uruguay as a young man, and now with the captain's armband around that left arm, can he be the one to lead Barcelona to a comeback here in the Copa del Rey semi-final second leg? Barcelona 2-0 up, but 4-2 down in total. have they got something in this final 20 minutes. Rashford, ball into the penalty area, headed back across the box by the Atletico player nearest. And that goes out for a corner for Barcelona on this near side. Hanko just getting the last header there. As Lamine Yamal is nearest to Raphinha, taking this corner, left-footed, swung in towards the penalty area, going short instead towards Lamine Yamal. Raphinha overlapping run, Yamal further out towards Joao Cancelo, ball in towards the box, played back across, and there's the third goal, and Barcelona have got a third, and it is Marc Bernal with his second goal of the evening, and Barcelona's third on the 72nd minute. They couldn't do it, could they? You bet they can. They are just one goal away from levelling this tie. La Remontada 2.0, there it is in your sights. Dare one of those players in blue and red striped shirt grasp it firmly enough. Incredible scenes here, and I think they are going to check potentially for an offside. I think that Marc Bernal might actually be offside here. When that ball was played into the box, Bernal was coming back from an offside position. And I think that he might be offside, Marc Bernal. VAR are going to have to check this, as the anxious wait will be seen if Barcelona have got themselves just one more goal to go in their pursuit of the unlikeliest of comebacks. Still plenty of jubilant seeds in the stand surrounding. I don't think they're aware that a VAR check is happening, but it definitely is, and I think that this is going to be chalked out. And the referee, seemingly though, has pointed to the centre, and the goal is stood. Well, I would like to see this again myself, because I thought that he might have just been in an offside position, but alas, that is not the case, as Barcelona have 17 minutes to find one more goal. It is Barcelona 3, Atletico Madrid 0, 4-3 on aggregate. The comeback is so nearly here. But do Atletico Madrid have something in them to kill the fairy tale dead in its tracks? Simeone now, 10 yards from the right edge of the penalty area, jinking away, overstepping from Gerard Martin, standing tallest. Crowded out the Argentinian by Barcelona players surrounding, and nudged out of play as Barcelona get themselves back on the ball. And played back towards Joan Garcia, who sends a long ball up this left-hand side. Raphinha one touch back. Pedri midway inside of his own half. Long ball shipped up the left-hand touchline. Rashford charging towards the touchline to keep it alive. Keeping it in play just about. Molina dropping deepest, shielding the Englishman. Low in towards the box. Not quite dealt with or cleared, but fortunately enough, Marc Pubil's poor clearance rolled towards Musso with not a Barcelona player lingering nearest by. As Musso now punts the ball away and out of play. Is currently down. There is a player down for Atletico Madrid. Can't quite see who it is. It is going to be Giuliano Simeone, who's currently down in the Barcelona half. I think still feeling the effects of that firm tackle just moments ago deep in the left-hand corner of Barcelona's half. Marc Bernal with 2 goals, the first on the 30th minute. And the third goal, his second on the 72nd. That could very, very well be the difference maker for the 18-year-old. Is Marc Bernal, well, from what I've seen now from the angle from the offside, the back heel of it looks like Marc Pubil is just about playing Marc Bernal on. Bernal was coming back from an offside position. Actually, I believe it might have even been Hanko instead of David Hanko. The back of his right heel was in a position, I couldn't quite see it initially on the first replay I saw. But the lines, that semi-automated offside, cleared all up as we are into the final 15 minutes. Another change to be made for Atletico Madrid. And it is going to be Jimenez coming on. Jimenez coming on in place of Simeone. So son Giuliano replaced by father Diego for Jose Maria Jimenez. They are looking to really try and see this one shut now. Defensive duties to the pump for the final 15 minutes at least of this game. Molina on in place of Simeone. Barcelona, do they have one final say in keeping this semi-final and the pursuit of a place in the final alive? Yamal easily dispossessed there though by Alex Baena, who gets his first few touches since coming on. He really hasn't been in the game much at all, and wins a throw-in right in front of Hansi Flick. Frustrated and furious. All the Barcelona players believe very certainly that that came off of Alex Baena instead, and it is going to be a throw-in for Atletico Madrid. 10 yards into the Barcelona half up this near side, Hansi Flick just trudges away, still in protest. And a foul there. João Cancelo needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card, just waving away at the finger to the referee, with Alex Baena down, holding his left leg. And I think that some of the Atletico Madrid players are questioning whether a second yellow card should emerge for the Portuguese international. Diego Simeone continuing to be animated and increase those animations more. Well, João Cancelo might consider himself somewhat lucky that he hasn't received. I think if he wasn't on a yellow card, it's one of those age-old questions of if he's on a yellow card, will a yellow card have come out then? I think it might have done. So João Cancelo wagging his finger, needs to be careful because he is on a yellow card, as is Dani Olmo. Just 2 bookings all evening so far, as we are just minutes away from the 80th minute of the second leg. Barcelona 3-0 up on the night, 4-3 down overall. One more goal will bring this comeback to its conclusion, and they could even dream more so than that. Raphinha out to the right-hand channel, but far too heavy, as Yamal not quite sharp enough off of his line and his mark to get there. Atletico Madrid throw in midway inside their own half, up this nearer channel. Ruggieri sends long. Alex Baena looks to get there first from Sorloth. Swiped clearance away though by Kubasi. Deep into the Atletico half. Lamine Yamal jinking the ball towards the edge of the penalty area, but Llorente getting there first to pump the ball away. Raphinha wrestling well to keep the ball alive as Olmo leaves a late leg in, and it is going to be a free kick for Atletico midway inside their own half. And again, I think what they're trying to do here, Atletico Madrid, is a little bit of the ugly side of the game, where they're trying to encourage forced fouls on players with yellow cards. Very little in that whatsoever. Llorente definitely going through the artistic school of thematics, and going down straight on the deck, holding his leg, immediately up screaming when he realises the yellow card hasn't been brandished, sending Dani Olmo down the tunnel. As Atletico send this free kick long, deep into the Barcelona half up the left-hand side. Just taken quickly enough by Gerard Martin. It's a back 3 now, with Arroyo, Kubasi and Gerard Martin. Cancelo pushing further upfield, long ball played up, but adjudged to be offside. With Arroyo furthest upfield, in fact. Arroyo is now moving himself up to be a lone striker. Interestingly enough there, Arroyo, the furthest player upfield. That one is deflecting out for a throw-in for Barcelona, this time going the way of Hansi Flick, marshalling nearest to where the ball went out of play. Pedri now, 10 yards inside of his own half, carrying the ball just up to the halfway line with a turn back towards Raphinha. Raphinha switching, ball to the left-hand side of the field. Rashford, chest down to keep the ball alive. Molina, nearest to it, ball threaded up in towards the penalty area to the further side. Headed away further on, but only out to where Lamine Yamal is, edge of the box, going down far too easily. He needs to get up and continue Lamine Yamal if they look to keep things alive here, but Raphinha does brilliantly to win the ball himself. Ball in towards the box, headed away, only as far as Cabral, edge of the area, and this time Bernal shot flying high over the bar. Lamine Yamal convinced that there was a foul somewhere in there in the penalty area. Very little on it. Alex Baena with the slightest of hands on the back of Lamine Yamal. Absolutely nothing coming of that whatsoever. as it is going to be a goal kick for Atletico Madrid into the final 10 minutes at Camp Nou. Barcelona still pursuing that seemingly unlikely of fourth goals unanswered as Griezmann sends a ball up towards Saul off edge of the area. Olmo coming back to clear the ball away first time. Lamine Yamal rolling the ball out of play, going out for a throw-in and throwing it quickly inside towards Pedri. Pedri carrying the ball, played across the centre circle towards Gerard Martin. Martin, ball out wide to the left-hand side of the field, midway into the Atletico half. Rashford inside towards Olmo. Olmo, long ball played up in the air. João Cancelo, one touchdown towards Lamine Yamal, cutting in towards the right side of the penalty area. Poor ball played inside though, Atletico Madrid players coming in to intercept. Sorloth tries to clear the ball out and away, but only finding Pedri instead. Atletico players camped further back, ball to the right edge of the box. Raphinha dinking back across, but overhead of Arroyo as Rashford comes across, cleared away first time by Molina. Everything dropping deeper and deeper into the Atletico Madrid half as this game continues. Olmo in towards the penalty area. Raphinha can't quite keep it alive, going out of play for a goal kick. Into the final 8 minutes of the regulation 90. Barcelona's third goal coming on the 72nd minute from Bernal. Barcelona continue to dare to dream as Atletico Madrid do everything to hold on and keep their place in the final on the 18th of April. Martin, short towards Rashford, midway into the Atletico half up the left-hand side. Ball into the centre of the half now to Pedri. Short to the right-hand side towards João Cancelo. Shorter still over towards Lamine Yamal. Threading a wonderful ball up to Cancelo in the box. Played low across. And Cancelo goes down with a poor ball played across. All the Atletico players back, camping themselves in their penalty area, stopping any balls further forward. As currently down is Kabasi, but play allowed to resume, slowly getting up to his feet, the number 5, as Raphinha plays a ball into Bernal, but not quite able to get there though. Good clearance interception there from Llorente. Just clearing the ball away. Diego Simeone almost on the field. He's that involved himself. Raphinha chipped up to Olmo. Good header there from Hanko. Off the edge of the penalty area. All of the Barcelona players looking for a handball. The referee not giving it. Lamine Yamal, right side of the box, jinking away. Outstretched leg. Brilliant from Ruggieri. Lamine Yamal still continues. Hanko with the tackle. And that one goes out for a corner for Barcelona. Lamine Yamal encouraging the fans in the stand of that corner of Camp Nou. Nearing the final 5 minutes. Raphinha keeping the ball alive from the short corner towards the edge of the penalty area. Rashford takes the touch towards Olmo in the box. Interception from the Atletico players as they swipe and clear the ball away, holding on for dear life. Sorloth though and Griezmann are up there with offerings, but Gerard Martin flies back to intercept for Barcelona as we are nearing the 85th minute. Barcelona 3, Atletico 0, 4-3 overall though to the visiting team, as they are clinging on for dear life here, hoping that they will still remain a team to call themselves finalists in the Copa del Rey 2025-26. Kabasi played out towards Gerard Martin, looped ball back in towards the penalty area. Everything now going one direction and one direction only. Cleared out poorly. Rashford has a throw-in, but instead elects to leave it. Gerard Martin to take this throw-in 15 yards from the left corner on the further side of the field. Thrown short instead towards Rashford. Rashford left-footed, driven in towards the box, cleared away by the nearest header. Cancelo, heavy touch though, swiped long and away. Big hoofing clearance from Marc Pubil. João Garcia gets there in plenty of space to pick up on that ball, waiting for numbers, and finds that short pass across their own half towards Pedri. Pedri, long ball up the right-hand side of the field. Raphinha does well to keep the ball in play just about. Cutting in towards the edge of the penalty area. Wonderful from the Brazilian, but a heavy touch. Swiped away by Hanko. As Atletico Madrid still dig deep into the surface here at Camp Nou. Rashford, midway into the Atletico half on the left-hand side, turning away beautifully towards the left edge of the penalty area and the byline. Low ball into the box, cleared away first time by Pubil, and that one goes out for a corner to be taken on the further side. The Barcelona fans up to their feet. They can sense the fourth goal, the unlikely fourth, the comeback in sight. And it's going to be Rashford to take this corner Right-footed, swung in towards the goal, in towards that near post, headed back across but cleared away. That one's surely going to go out for yet another corner, and it does just that. Arroyo looking for a little bit more though. He feels a hand might have been involved in clearing that ball away. Arroyo coming on for Balde, the captain's armband around the Uruguayan's left arm. That red and yellow striped armband, still Arroyo looking for the handball offer. Played short this time. Edge of the penalty area. Yamal first time high over the bar, jumping up and down in frustration, knowing surely that he could have done better there. Just over 3 minutes of the regulation, 90 to go. Barcelona one more goal away, unanswered, from drawing this semi-final level. A 4-0 comeback isn't a far gone conclusion for a team like Barcelona at Camp Nou. But as the minutes tick on, it becomes increasingly more unlikely. Yamal, 10 yards into the Atletico half, jinking away up this nearer channel, surrounded by players in red and white, doing it all himself. Short towards Joao Cancelo this time, 1-2 with Raphinha. Pedri switching out towards Lamine Yamal, flicked back towards Joao Cancelo, edging towards the right side of the box, low into the penalty area, deflected away by Hanko for yet another corner for Barcelona. Still they mount the pressure, searching for that fourth. Plenty of players now making their way in towards the box. This the 14th corner of the game for Barcelona. Raphinha to take this one, drilled into the centre of the 6-yard area, cleared away by the tall, towering figure of Sorloth. And that one goes out for a throw-in for Barcelona, level with the edge of the 18-yard area on the further side. And he's going to be Gerard Martin to take this throw-in. He's got an option in Pedri up the touchline as a short option, but this one surely looks to be going inwards. Lines of Atletico players on the edge of the 6-yard area. Gerard Martin in towards Arroyo, headed back across. Griezmann swiping the ball high into the Barcelona air, up the left-hand side of the field. Alex Baena a little bit too aggressive there through the back of Pedri, and it's going to be a free kick for Barcelona. Nearing the final minute of the 90. Atletico holding on for dear life. Barcelona sensing that there could be a fourth lingering somewhere in the remaining minutes of the semi. Olmo, short towards Yamal, 5 yards from the right edge of the box. Great composure, but a good tackle in from Griezmann. Still Barcelona come. Olmo switching out towards Rashford, left side of the penalty area. Low back across, shot first time, but just over the bar. And that one goes out for a goal kick. Gerard Martin there with the first time struck effort. Rashford with the short pass back towards the centre-back off the edge of the area. First time left-footed, just a yard or two over Jean Moussu's crossbar. As all eyes will turn imminently to the fourth official to see how much time is going to be added here at the end of this semi-final. To see how much longer Barcelona have left to find a fourth, and how much longer Atletico have to hold on and book their place in the Copa del Rey final. Rashford passing back towards Caberci off the centre circle inside of his own half. Joao Cancelo inside towards Gerard Martin with that shot just moments ago flying over the bar. Pedri in towards Olmo, midway inside the Atletico half, carrying away with a short pass to the right towards Raphinha. All the players back in striped Atletico shirts. Rashford dinking a ball in towards the penalty area. Raphinha can't quite get there. Not strong enough at all. Flexing down onto the surface, feeling a nudge was there. Surely not enough of a nudge there to cause a penalty though. As it was a good ball played in towards the box, shielded by Johnny Cardoso. And it is going to be a goal kick for Atletico Madrid. Anxious faces in the stand surrounding at Camp Nou. Hansi Flick felt there might have been more in that as well, as did the Barcelona players, but there was nowhere near enough to be considered. And there are going to be 6 minutes added on at the end of this game. 6 minutes for Barcelona to find that fourth unanswered goal, and 6 for Atletico to hold on and dent hopes of an unlikely comeback. Another La Remontada, but this one for the new current age of Barcelona, with their new number 10 Yamal jinking away in towards the box, going down far too easily dispossessed. Griezmann now looking to carry the ball out of his own half, with a short pass played up towards Alex Baena, breaking away now from Kabase. Baena looking to charge in towards the penalty area. Kabase sliding in from behind and winning the ball brilliantly as well, the number 5. The referee's arm out, waving play on immediately behind. João Cancelo, long cross-field ball towards Rashford, left side of the box, played back across, intercepted by Pubil, and it is going to go out for a corner up the left-hand side. Barcelona with another chance to find that 4th goal. Not a single empty vacant seat in Camp Nou this evening. They're all waiting, they can sense it, but can Barcelona find it? This ball coming in from Rashford, driven into the edge of the 6-yard area, headed away by Sorloth, yet again utilising his height and strength to get there first. Alex Baena carrying the ball out of his own half, going down far too easily there, but the referee gives a free kick instead. Lamine Yamal frustrated, shooting a frustrated glance towards the referee, shaking his head, and receiving a yellow card, I believe, here as well for his protest. As we have played 2 minutes of the minimum 6. Lamine Yamal, the 3rd name to enter the referee's book. No bookings this evening for Diego Simeone's team. As Alex Baena just shielding that ball away from the number 10. Minutes remain of the semi-final. Long ball played up to Sorloth, winning the ball, but no one there to help him out whatsoever as Barcelona clear the ball long and away. Headed back into the half by Hanko. Pedri getting there first ahead of Alex Baena. Wonderful composure from Pedri, just heading the ball down towards Gerard Martin. João Cancelo now carries the ball just about into the Atletico half. 3 minutes remain, half of it gone. Poor pass there from Bernal as Sorloth now looks to carry the ball in towards the Barcelona half. Wonderful composure from the big Norwegian, breaking into the penalty area. Sorloth! And a poor shot though, going high over the bar. Couldn't quite compose himself enough. That goal kick played short. Pedri carrying the ball slowly out of his own half with another poor laboured pass. The fatigue creeping in firmly here as Alex Baena looks to carry the ball away, and it goes out for a Barcelona throw-in that's taken quickly. Dani Olmo now playing across the centre circle, pass towards Gerard Martin, midway into the Atletico half, out to the left-hand touchline to Rashford. Rashford dinking a ball towards the edge of the penalty area towards Raphinha. Wonderful composure from the Brazilian towards Olmo, edge of the box, surrounded by red and white striped shirts. Yamal with a shot, but hooking wide. No real connection of any threat from Yamal. 2 minutes remain of the 6. Diego Simeone continues to prowl that edge of the technical area. Goal kick played long. Rashford picking up on that ball himself, played back towards Gerard Martin. Bernal dropping deepest of all now, played up towards Pedri. Hansi Flick ushering everything, every opportunity further upwards. Pedri needs to be careful, nearly dispossessed, but Bernal comes across to offer help there as Kabase points to the referee, and it is going to be a free kick for Barcelona. This one around 5 yards inside of their own half. Just over a minute remains. Free kick taken short. Rashford midway into the Atletico half, up the left-hand side. Baena entering the referee's book for that foul. Olmo threading a ball up, but marshalled brilliantly there by Cardoso in the centre of the park as Atletico dink a ball long towards Sorloth. Sorloth under pressure, but Pedri comes back to put in a wonderful tackle as we are now into the final minute. It is now time to throw the kitchen sink, the fridge, all the utilities at the penalty area. Long ball played up towards Raphinha, right edge of the box, shielding the ball away. Lamine Yamal, brilliant composure, jinking towards the byline and the corner flag, still with the ball at feet. And a ball into the box, but far too laboured again as Atletico look to clear the ball away anywhere but the penalty area. Much more like it. Wonderful composure. Llorente off the edge of the halfway line. Now coming inside. Big foot in from João Cancelo. Offside. This surely now is the last chance of the game for this free kick. It has to go long. We are into the final 15 seconds of the 6. Olmo Switching to the left-hand side of the field. Arroyo with the header out wide towards Rashford. Can he keep the ball alive? Not quite, as it goes out of play. And up there is the offside flag. And that might be the last of the action. All eyes are on the referee. The Atletico players on the edge of the touchline, waiting to charge onto the field, holding on all game long. And there goes the referee's whistle. Atletico Madrid have ridden the wave of a potential comeback. Barcelona 3-0 winners on the evening. But overall, Atletico Madrid's 4-0 advantage going into this game has held on long enough to book their place in the Copa del Rey final on the 18th of April, where they will be taking on one of the two Basque teams. Sociedad hosting Athletic Club tomorrow evening. Sociedad 1-0 up. Barcelona players sat on the floor, faces up to the heavens, staring into the middle distance, so close yet so far. And Diego Simeone, a real touch of class, coming over to those Barcelona players situated on the deck. A round of applause towards them. But it is Atletico Madrid who will be playing in the final on the 18th. Barcelona so nearly completing La Remontada 2.0. But just not quite enough to get the better of the ruthless, rugged, tenacious, defensive, hard-working display of Diego Simeone's team. The Colcharones, the mattress makers, will be in the Copa del Rey final, their first since 2013, when they last lifted this trophy. It has finished here, Barcelona 3, Atletico Madrid 0, 4-3 on aggregate to Atletico Madrid. And they will be facing one of Sociedad or Athletic Club in the final. Those Athletic